Now, one of my favourite foldables of last year was Motorola's bloody lovely RAZR 50 Ultra, or RAZR Plus 2024, if you live in a land ruled by a farty-mouthed, melty-faced guinea pig that's just been tangoed. So the prospect of a fresh new bendy Moto has well and truly greased my crankshaft. And the good news is Motorola is expected to spaff out a fresh new bendy blower in just the next month or two. See, this right here is apparently Motorola's upcoming RAZR 60 Ultra, or RAZR Plus 2025, if your glorious leader happens to be a tempestuous gopher crossed with an Oompa Loompa. And naturally, it's already gone and leaked all over the internet, so here's a crafty squint at the RAZR 60 Ultra ahead of Motorola's big launch. And yet another edition of Bold Drunkie reads rumours off of his phone, aka Techspert Weekly. Now, first up, some authentic looking renders have trickled out onto the internet via Android headlines, revealing a mini foldable that could quite easily be mistaken for the old Motorola RAZR 50 Ultra. As usual, the front end of the phone is almost all display, a 4-inch panel pockmarked by those two external cameras. Likewise, the RAZR 60 Ultra appears to be sticking with that metal frame and strokeably soft fake leather finish, with the usual eye-gougingly poppy colours, including this here Rio Red model, which is actually the exact shade of a cheeky Vimto. For you young'uns out there, that's vodka, rum, port and blue wicked all mixed together in a single glass to form something that's slightly less palatable and slightly more toxic than raw petroleum. That's a concoction that's single-handedly responsible for reducing about a third of my liver to ash. Anyway, I digress. The RAZR 60 Ultra looks banging as always, and it should once again be fully IPX water resistant. Now flip this flexible wee bugger open and the innards don't seem to have changed much either. Expect yet another 6.9-inch POLED screen that is suspiciously similar to last year's effort. It's a long and thin affair with Full HD Plus resolution and 165Hz refresh rate. It might be a wee bit brighter, maybe that's about all the changes you can expect, and hopefully that crease will be just as subtle as before. The major upgrade for the Motorola RAZR 60 Ultra / RAZR 2025 should be the brains of the operation. The old Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 from the 50 Ultra has apparently been stripped out and replaced with the Big Mac Daddy, the Snapdragon 8 Elite. And while it seems kinda likely that Motorola would opt for the slightly stripped back 7-core version of the chipset, as recently stuffed inside of Oppo's Find N5, fresh benchmark leaks suggest that it's actually the fully fledged 8-core major man-sausage version of the Elite that you find stuck in regular flagships. And of course, this will be the first time that Qualcomm's Billy Big Bollocks chipset has been crammed into something quite as compact as the RAZR 60 Ultra. So here's hoping this thing doesn't get hotter than Satan's sweaty jockstrap when you get gaming on it or start shooting loads of video. As long as it can keep its cool, this malleable Motorola should happily cope with Wuthering waves on maxed out graphics, just like the Find N5 did. Now, one of the few weaknesses of the RAZR 50 Ultra / RAZR 2024 was the battery tech. The limited 4000 mAh capacity meant you could just about squeeze around 5 full hours of screen on time from it, but certainly by the time you were tucked up with Teddy at night, it was always balls deep in power saver mode. Until recently, most leaks suggested that Motorola would stick with a 4000 mAh battery for the RAZR 60 Ultra, although the more energy efficient Snapdragon 8 Elite could help to extend the battery life regardless. However, some very recent certification is a bit more optimistic, suggesting that Motorola might have slapped a dual battery setup into the RAZR 60 Ultra with a total capacity over 4500 mAh, which would certainly be a very tasty little upgrade indeed. And meanwhile, some hot online chat suggests that the old 45 watt wired charging has been boosted to 68 watts for 2025. So hooray! Celebratory hand shandies all round. There's been very little leaky goodness on the camera tech so far, sadly. The old RAZR 50 Ultra served up a 50meg main shooter plus a secondary 50meg portrait snapper with 2x optical zoom, as well as a 32meg selfie cam that was secreted inside. And I'm not expecting many changes there. at all, to be honest. Certainly if you've got the ability to count beyond one, you'll notice that the number of camera lenses is the same as before. Mystic Spurt reckons that they'll stick with the same sensors, although they might bung in a couple of AI related camera features, because that's all the friggin' rage these days. And of course you can expect the same lovely stock Android experience from the Moto RAZR 60 Ultra, with the ability to run any app you like on that spacious front display. So you can play games or even watch a full movie on it if you're a bit mental. And that's what we reckon we know about the Motorola Moto RAZR 60 Ultra or RAZR 2025, courtesy of all those lovely leaks. But what's your feelings towards it? Are you absolutely gagging for it, or just slightly gagging for it, or is there very little gagging at all going on? Well, let us know by typing some words in the commenty type box below my chatting face to express your general state of emotion. And now it's time for the part of the show that certainly has me absolutely gagging for it. It's been a full pint of arsenic. It's viewer comments. Viewer comments.
I came here to drink myself to death.
So let's start this week with Richard Noble, you eat Richard, who says, there might be something from OnePlus on Tuesday, he says, while sporting a suspiciously OnePlus Watch 3 shaped timepiece. Yes. Yeah, if Techspert Weekly was the Krypton Factor observation round, you'd have got full marks there, fella. Good old Gordon Burns would have been handing you the star prize. Actually, was the prize on that show? Was there a prize? I know, they just got like little glass trophies with a K on it or something, didn't they? More importantly, who actually cares? Because probably about 10% of the audience right now actually vaguely comprehends what I'm banging on about. Demented Avenger says, no danger, did you just say hench your helmet? Did I just say hench? Possibly in the previous episode. That was literally 2 weeks ago, and I'm struggling to remember what happened 2 minutes ago, as the Exynos's NPU won't be quite as hench as the Snapdragon 8 Elites. Does this mean that hench is like an old person thing to say now? Am I just looking proper sus on the entire internet? Jed Bullet says, alright mate, I still have my HTC One M8. Occasionally I get it out of the magic old phones box in the attic, hold it and sob a little in nostalgia. The box also contains the Sony Walkman phone, although for some reason I smile when I hold that one. Which old phones do you have that provoke odd emotions? Well, the only smartphones I can think of that have ever reduced me to tears, actual literal tears running down my cheeks, are the sodden iPhones, and I'm not shedding tears because of the nostalgic hold they have on me. I'm mostly just crying at the thought of how much of my own money I've spunked up the wall on those thoroughly unlikable bricks. It's just like paying someone to slap you as hard as they possibly can, right in the happy sack. And just call me the ultimate masochist, because yes, your Uncle Spurt has had £600 of his own cash pinched from his pocket for the fresh new iPhone 16e. This is how much I bloody love you guys, by the way. I could have taken that money and used it to get absolutely blackout drunk for, I don't know, 3 or 4 nights. But no, at approximately the same time that this here video pings into your YouTube feed, a courier will be depositing Apple's latest atrocity into my sweaty palms, possibly with a massive smile plastered across his face, even though he is unwittingly delivering a box of pain and anguish. So stay tuned for some hot content on that wee bugger next week. And next up, Brendan Mayer says, Chris, does one need to use antivirus software on a Samsung or a Google Pixel mobile phone? Well, Google scans all of the apps that are available on its Play Store for any kind of malware or nasty bollocks lurking within. And as long as your phone is, of course, receiving regular updates, still those security patches and everything, then it'll be safeguarded against any new threats that Google is aware of, at least. However, if your phone is old enough to no longer be supported by the security patching, or your favorite pastime is downloading sketchy APKs from disreputable websites, all holes filled hentai jizz explosion.apk, certainly highly recommend that one, then yeah, antivirus is probably a good shout. Lawrence Mallory says, I subscribed for the Elon Musk slander. Well, as always, remember kiddies, it's only slander if it's not true. On the subject of the Samsung Galaxy A56, which I banged on about in last week's episode, hopefully should be launching really soon indeed. Pixel Gaming 7261 says, I think this has the potential to be a great mid-ranger, 45 watt charging, 12 meg selfie camera, it's better, don't worry. The new chip, the Exynos 1580, and the rumoured upgrade to Dynamic AMOLED 2X from Super AMOLED are pretty good changes. Bringing down Galaxy AI is nice as well. It could totally handle Samsung DeX, although they'll probably continue to gatekeep that to their flagship phones. Although Samsung has killed the DeX Windows app now and doesn't seem particularly bothered about maintaining any of the last vestiges, so it's pretty bad times ahead for that one. But yeah, I quite liked the A55. I think for me, if it can get, smoother performance, especially for gaming, boost the battery life a wee bit, and of course, yes, faster charging as well, that would certainly be a bonus. If we can nail all of that, the A56 should be, a banging wee blower, although it's going to have some very stiff competition from the Pixel 9a, the Nothing Phone 3a blowers, of course, which are launching imminently. Fabian Gentle says, looking forward to the release of the A56, would love to upgrade from the A54. Hopefully we'll get 4K at 60 frames per second, so there's dynamic AMOLED screen, and if they ditch the macro for a telephoto lens, that would be awesome. Yeah, not many telephoto cameras on mid-range mobiles, that's for sure, although apparently there's one stuffed inside of the Nothing Phone 3a Pro, which will be launching next week, according to the specs, which have already extensively leaked online, and then of course Nothing's basically unveiled it already on its socials, as it loves to do, so not a huge amount of mystery for next week's launch. CNVDH says, so it's nearly the exact same phone as the A55, so just get the A55 and save some money. Got it. Time will tell, my friend, time will tell. But probably, yeah. Emilion Azuki says, my A53 is spitting out blood over here. I take it that Exynos is absolutely gasping for breath when you try anything particularly complicated like opening up the camera app. Soil says, my S24 Ultra got stolen by a moped thief, and then I got an A55 with 256 gigs of storage and slapped in a 0.5 terabyte SD card. Super, I don't miss the Ultra as much. Fair play, mate, but seriously, those bloody thieving moped cockspankers. Absolute scum. Honestly, I seriously pray that there's a special layer of purgatory reserved especially for them, where they're stripped naked, dumped bollock first in a massive tub of jam, and then hoid into a huge old vat of angry wasps. Pixel 00000 says, Samsung should release a 5-inch screen phone with one of the A series. Oh, a mini A series? Woof. Absolute phone porn. Baz Anime says, do you have any non-manga books on that shelf behind you? I mean, I've got a lot of graphic novels which aren't specifically manga, and I do have a few books which do actually have, words in them rather than just pictures. Bit of my man Ian M. Banks, RIP. Absolutely bloody adore the culture books. I read the whole lot of them back when I had a proper job and no offspring, so lots more time to spare. My idea was get the whole lot again in paperback, and work my way through them, but let's face it, current rate of reading, I won't even have finished these 3 before the entire earth is reduced to a toxic wasteland. I've also got myself some geeky gaming books, so a bit of Games Master, the oral history. Again, huge fan of that back in the day. And I love these bitmap books efforts as well. It's got this one, I'm Too Young to Die, all about first-person shooters, because I used to be a massive fan of those back in the day. But the old Wolfensteins and all that, the original Wolfensteins, where it was all proper 2D, just dressed up all fancily like it was actually 3D. Miracle47 says, OnePlus just confirmed they're not releasing the Open 2 this year. I'm so upset. Was looking to upgrade from my original Open. I would love another Fold, preferably not a Samsung. What do you suggest, Uncle? So yes, sorry about that. It does seem that I need to give my psychic pants a thoroughly good wash, because my whole prediction video about the OnePlus Open 2 inadvertently contained more bollocks than a Wetherspoon's steak and ale pie. In case any of Wetherspoon's lawyers are watching, that was just a joke. I'm sure those pies contain less than 10% testicular matter. But it appears that not only will the Oppo Find N5 not be launching as the OnePlus Open 2 globally, but also the Oppo Find N5 won't be launching here in Europe, despite the fact that Oppo held a UK launch event, or rather a UK launch briefing, and handed us all UK review models, so that is slightly confusing. Yeah, and basically, in summary, f balls. Black Sweet says, where do you get your wallpapers? Jingle. wall.alphacoders.com, wall.alphacoders.com. That's where my wallpapers come from, wall.alphacoders.com. Alice says, your channel is like a merry carousel that never stops spinning. Continue to delight us with your great content and positive energy. Christ, that absolutely has to be a bot, doesn't it? Great content and positive energy? Me? Nope, and absolutely f***ing not. Soundbound says, thoughts on the rumours of Sony dropping the 5 and 10 range, leaving only the 1? I mean, I'm really not surprised to see them slimming down that Xperia range even further, sadly. I do kind of wonder how much longer Xperia phones will even remain being a thing. I'm particularly gutted that the 5 is buggering off because I love that thing. Fantastic size and still a great flagship set of specs and everything. So yeah, RIP, another mini mobile bites the dust. On the subject of the worst Nick Cage film, Tusk Tact says, gone in 60 seconds, come at me. It's really weird. That's one of those films that I saw probably about 3 or 4 times back in the day when, I mean, when did that even come out? It was the 90s, right? So yeah, I would have probably been about like 17 or something, like the perfect age for that film. I can't remember a single sodden thing about it other than I think Vinnie Jones was the bad guy. And possibly Angelina Jolie was in it as well, although it might just be my brain making stuff up again. It does that sometimes. Anyway, I better bugger off because we're well out of time. But Stefan Medici says, holy shit, I turned in for my Saturday morning fix of Techspert Weekly, only to spit my coffee all over my tablet due to Uncle Spurt speaking German. Damn you, Google. Yeah, courtesy of good old YouTube's AI translation-y bollockry. Oh wow, they're going to be speaking quite a few languages these days. Your Uncle Spurt's going continental. Got French, German, Italian, Portuguese and a bit of Spanish in there as well. Here's Italian Uncle Spurt.
E per fortuna, il modello Plus non è così tremendamente costoso come il Galaxy S25 Ultra.
God, my ability rate just went up about 3,000%. Even I would do me. That's all we've got time for this week. Well, massive thank you to everyone who commented last week. Please do feel free to smash your thoughts, feelings, impressions of Italian Uncle Spurt down in the comments below, and we'll barrel away through as many of those as possible next week. And speaking of next week, what the f is next week? So next week it's good old MWC again, already terrifying, but yeah, Barcelona bitches. So your Uncle Spurt will be sat on the beach with a placky bag full of Estrella dams, although it's supposed to be absolutely pissing it down most of the time that I'm there, so I'll probably be sat on the sand with my brolly and my wellies on. What's actually happening at MWC this year? Not a huge amount, to be honest. Xiaomi's got a big old launch on Sunday, so you can expect the fresh new 15 Ultra phone as well as a whole bunch of other devices. It can be nice and busy. And then the only other big launch scheduled at MWC is the Nothing Phone 3A and 3 Pro, which will be launching on the Tuesday morning. Although I say launch, and of course they've been pretty much fully unveiled already. About as much left to the imagination as a dental floss G-string. But I expect shag loads of Xiaomi gadgety goodness from Sunday, and then a good bit of nothing action on Tuesday right here on the Techsperts. Yeah, massive thanks as always for sticking around to the bitter end of this shower of shit. Hope you guys have an absolutely ruddy, marvellous weekend. I'll see you on the flip side. Cheers everyone, love you!